Well, there's not many tech things I like, and actually for, what do you want to call it, survival situations, I'm not really big on tech, except maybe having a shortwave radio. But there's one thing I would have that I think I would keep around is one of these zappers. Like even this one, it doesn't have too many frequencies in it. It's only got 3 frequencies, the Zapper ZEX. And by the way, I don't allow embedding on these videos, so there's no commercial enterprise that's going to embed these on a web, someplace, a web page. I know the monetization finally worked. I thought they hated my channel or something, but it worked. So they're monetized, but there's I would have kept putting videos out, monetized or not, because I think this is important. This, you see these wrist straps here? There's like a button right on here. See a snap? And there's a little metal piece on the back, which I have a 1/8 of a paper towel that is, what do you call it? Just dunked in water, tap water, which you can put saline solution to. So it makes contact there. So it's the same thing on this side. So it goes from wrist to wrist. Not the absolute most efficient way of doing it, but probably one of the more easier practical ways. And these are like on these cords, right? When you turn this on, you're putting a frequency through the body, basically. And a very, very low frequency is in a positive offset wave. It's going a square wave that's positive. And there's different frequencies. Now, I'm not saying this is some kind of cure-all or anything like that, but if you use the hell out of this thing for like 8 hours a day, sometimes it can give you that edge to get over a serious illness when you don't have any pharmaceuticals available, or you don't even have herbs available. Like the only thing you need with this damn thing is your 9-volt battery, which you can put on a solar charger, a little mini solar charger, and recharge it up. And made in the USA, of course. This one I like about the best for like value. It's mid-range, and it's got multiple frequencies in a 2500 range. They call it MX mode and the Clark mode, hold the Clark mode. But usually those mid-range frequencies have been noted to do the most. The problem is you can't use this 5 minutes a day and expect to get results. You can't use it 30 minutes a day, probably even expect to get much. According to Hold the Clark, if you got serious illness, use it at least 8 hours a day. So the only way to freaking way around that is to use wrist straps, which aren't the best way of conducting electricity into the body. You're better off using copper plates with some kind of cloth around them with water to conduct electricity. But you know, if you're in a situation and you want to stay healthy, and I know it's a bold claim to make, but it's actually per Hold the Clark. She says it will not only knock out bad microbes, the positive offset, but also cause the immune system cells to be supercharged. And you have to remember, microbes and the body cells are oppositely charged. So somehow this positive offset is charging up the body cells and it's shorting out the bad stuff, the bad cells, the bad microbes, parasites, bacteria, and viri, and whatever, you know. So, but thing is, you really got to use the hell out of it. And the other thing is, it's only getting in the blood. It's not getting in deep tissue that much. Maybe, you know, not in this method anyway. But, you know, any amount you knock out, it's better. Now, I don't know if you can see on this camera very well. There's a red light almost if you pull this wire out. I don't know if you can notice the color changes on the light a little bit if you put it in. That's showing you got contact. So to flip through these modes, you press this button. So I just turned it on. It's in mode 1. Mode 2 is the, actually I like this 30,000 range a lot. you might see a difference in her. Well, maybe not. It's not making extremely good contact because of these wrist straps. But the other side of it is it's making some kind of contact. You can conveniently wear these wrist straps with these wires running up your arm and putting this, attached to your chest in your body or in your upper pocket on your shirt, and go about your business and not have it affect you from doing anything. Like, you can leave this in your upper shirt pocket, have these wires run up your long sleeves on the inside, and have the wires come out the top of your neck of your shirt, and have this in your upper shirt pocket, and you can leave this on for all day. The longer you use this, more hours a day, the more it's going to work. Trouble is, it's a pain in the ass trying to use it that many hours. So how do you do it? Now, I got these wires. I don't know what the hell I think Power Zapper sells some kind of wrist straps too, but I got these with this thing. But these aren't extreme amount of money, and they don't use a lot of batteries in them. There's only one 9-volt battery. That's all you need. And it's like, there's not complexity. Yes, this isn't a rifle machine, this is called a zapper. But a rifle machine is complex. How the hell are you going to use that in a survival situation? Maybe not. You're probably going to need sine wave household electricity, reliable electricity, and if there's any kind of EMP, hang it up. Like this, you could stick this in your ammo can, wrapped up in some cloth, and tightly sealed ammo can. You got a pretty good Faraday cage, which I don't know how many times there would be an EMP, but probably not too many, because once one happened, that would be, most everything would be done, right? Whatever you have in your Faraday cage is good. Like something like this, and maybe a shortwave, two-way shortwave ham radio type thing. You want the only things I really would want electronically, unless you got something electronic that you can use that's totally fail-safe. There's another way to use it. Maybe something that operates electronically and not electronically. But one of your biggest problems is going to be health in a stuff hits a fan situation. And they can tell you all this stuff that these don't work, and the doctors can sneer at it, but there's too much good feedback. But really, per Hulda Clark, the only way this thing really works the best is if you use the hell out of it at least 8 hours a freaking day. And like I said, these wrist straps aren't the best way to freaking hook this thing up, because you're not getting the most electricity in here, through these little contacts. But you're getting some. Some of the frequencies are going into the blood. It's actually working. It's not very strong, but it's working somewhat. But the thing is, you can conveniently wear this umpteen hours a day with these kind of cords. As I said, up through your long sleeves, and this up over the top of your shirt, and then this thing inside your front pocket on your shirt. You'd never know it was there. You just be doing whatever the hell you want to leave it on all day. And these batteries last a pretty long time. I always like getting these. These are Tenergies, low self-discharge, nickel metal hydrides. Probably pretty good. I got some Panasonic Antelopes too. But this has a one battery. This is a one battery jobber too. These are the cheap ones. This is like just a, I don't know, Spider. This is a 9.6 volt battery. Which that gives you a little more power too. If you can get to 9.6 volt batteries for these, even if you're using these wrist straps, you'll probably get some pretty good electricity. But then I would advise you put it on the 30,000 range, because then you're not going to feel it as much. Because if you put it down on the real low frequencies, you probably have a red mark right there, pretty good. You probably get a little bit of burn mark after a while. But if you put it up on those really high frequencies, that's better, and they work fairly well. If you can wear this, you can conveniently wear this for like 20 something hours a day. Well, guess what? You know, Holy Clark says at least 8 hours a day. But say you're doing it like 16 or 20 hours a day. Well, you probably might be able to overcome some serious crap. So I think these are really high on the list because they're compact, portable, which is the same as almost saying compact, very simple to use, and very easy to carry with you. Well, it's portable, it's the same thing, but the thing is, there's better stuff. Like this isn't a rifle machine, this is a zapper. There's better stuff out there, but it's more complex. You know, that's the drawback. It's almost like, yeah, I'd rather have my I don't know, AK-47 Kalashnikov rifle with me, or a really good AR-15 all decked out. But if I only got this little Ruger 6-shot revolver 22 pistol, well, guess what? It's better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. That's kind of how I look at it. These are sort of like pistols, and the other stuff is sort of like high-powered rifles. But they work okay. You just keep using them more. So, not a commercial. This video will not be allowed to be embedded anywhere on any site. And yeah, I know the ads are running on this channel now. These Americans Russian Survival channel. I didn't think YouTube liked the channel. I was wondering why it took a long time to update. I thought they said maybe just too politically incorrect or something. But I opened this channel up because there's too many different topics on my other channel. And I want to put maybe some health stuff on here like this, but only geared towards survival. Like simple stuff, not the more complicated things. So it kind of splits up some of the subjects, because it was getting a little, there's too many different subjects on my other channel. It was getting a little too confusing. Anyway, over and out. This to me is a very, very important survival tool. This is actually, now you're gonna think I'm freaking selling this or some shit, but I think this is 159. This is a 29. I think it's 29 frequency zapper. It's probably, you're getting something pretty good that does quite a few frequencies. It's still small, and the other thing is they're quiet. The CC2 and the 6-pack don't make a beeping noise when you change the mode or when it runs through the cycle. This thing stays quiet the whole time. I consider that a very important feature, because so you really are in a survival situation. You don't need your bed zapper going beep 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 every 7 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, depending on how you have it set. You don't need that. You want it super quiet. So this one's got 29 frequencies and it's quiet. I think what does the 6-pack have? 12 or 14? I think it's 14 frequencies and it's super quiet. This one only has 3 frequencies and only run one at a time. This is still not a bad zapper. You're probably getting a lot. I think you're getting the most for the money out of this damn thing now. My opinion only. I use this one a lot. This one, because it's quiet too. That's another thing.